So picture this, okay? Imagine walking away from your life for 16 days to go learn how to rewrite the way that your brain processes information, processes past events, processes issues, so that you can become more empowered and live from a place of greater passion, enthusiasm, and inner prosperity. I don't know how else to describe it. It's health and wellness. That's what I chose to do. I want to share my story.
There's almost a superhuman quality when you think about learning NLP. It's like this mystical land, and it's really difficult to wrap your head around what is NLP until you actually go through it, until you experience the things that make up the foundation of NLP. That's what I'm here to share with you, is what I learned going through my 16-day course of experiencing NLP. I'm going to answer questions that you may have, and I'm also going to share my thoughts on the experience, and at the very end I will give you my recommendation. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to learn NLP? To be able to take the struggles and the things that you or people that you know or love are struggling with, and be able to transform those into strengths. Be able to use them to propel them into new places and new areas of their own personal evolution to become greater versions of themselves or yourself. That's what NLP can do. There are certain points in our life where we have to face things that are extremely difficult. Things that would be easier for us to just ignore. But like most of us know, if you ignore a problem for too long, pretty soon it rears its ugly head in ways that we generally don't like. The reason that I went through an NLP training course has many different layers and reasons. I have experienced a lot of different types of pain in my family. Like we all have. We all go through different types of challenging situations. For me, it was watching people that I love, people extremely near and dear to my heart, go through and struggle with mental illness, physical illness, addiction, and ultimately to witnessing a family member end his own life. Somebody that I deeply regarded and looked up to and loved. He had a massive impact on my life. And to watch somebody go through a struggle like that, not only for my own personal health and mental wellness, but to watch somebody that you love go through something so difficult and not be able to have the tools to serve them when you have a heart that wants to help, pushed me to the point where I decided that I had to learn how to serve the people around me, and also how to take control of my own life, my own inner dialogue, my own mind, because I wanted to be somebody that could affect positive change in other people. I want to be able to serve the people that I love, serve the people that I know in a higher capacity. And from all the research that I've done about people who have made massive differences in the world, a common thread and a common theme that I see is that a lot of these people studied NLP. During these 16-day courses, they offer something that's called immersion training, meaning you eat, sleep, and live an NLP life the entire time that you are there. And so I'm going to just dive into, I guess, the questions that you may be asking if this is something that you're thinking about doing. First off, going through an NLP course, you might be asking, can I heal myself? A lot of people that do this are looking to heal themselves, to take themselves to the next level of self-development, or to work through something that's very difficult for them.
I'm making this video here at the beach. This is my last day here after my NLP training course. This entire journey has been pretty life-changing. And I know that that's kind of a cliche word. Everybody uses it now and when they're talking about something, but it truly was.
If you've never done anything with NLP, even if you've read a book, it does not grasp how deep going to a 16-day immersion type course can affect you. And so if you're wondering if this can help you, I can say unequivocally that going through a 16-day immersion type course will give you tools that will serve you the rest of your life, not only with future events and past events, but with things that you are facing right now, the things that are in front of you at this moment. Those can be addressed. And I don't know what it is that you may be looking to take care of, but I guarantee that when you go through this training, you'll come out the other side with a feeling of inner power. You will feel like there is nothing that you cannot handle. So, yes, you can definitely heal yourself if you're asking that question. The next question that you may be asking is, can I practice NLP? Is this something that I can help people with? Or is it something that I can actually do? Because NLP kind of has this mystique about it, that it is an overly complex way and you have to be super observant to be able to practice NLP. And what I can say is that, notice how I said practice NLP, because the way I look at it now after going through this is that NLP is more of an art form, and it's something that you practice for the rest of your life. It's not something that you learn it, it's done, and now you understand NLP. It's something that you are constantly evolving and upgrading and learning about. And so I say that yes, NLP is almost like, the way I kind of look at it now after going through this program and my own personal experience, it's like understanding the language of the brain. So this is something that is constantly evolving, like I said. And so I look at it like an art form. Yes, you can definitely practice NLP no matter where you're at right now as far as your level of understanding, whether you work with people on a professional basis or you're just doing this for your own personal self-development. You can practice NLP. The next question that you may be asking is, can I actually help people by learning NLP? Will I be able to positively influence others and affect change? My answer to this, whether you are a novice, not having worked with anybody, or you are a professional, after going through this 16-day course and seeing people on both ends of the spectrum, there is no doubt in my mind, once again, that learning NLP will take however you can work with people and raise it up. It will definitely raise the bar so that you have a much deeper, more impactful effect when working with other people and being able to transform their issues or their current situation in life and help them move through that. So whether you're going to work with people on a professional basis, or you just want to work with family members and friends, or you just want to be able to work with yourself and occasionally help somebody, learning NLP will not only help you understand yourself better in your past situations and help elevate wherever you are right now, but it will also help you understand how to effectively communicate with the people that you love and the people that are in your life and take them to another level of understanding and another level of satisfaction and joy and whatever they're seeking in their life. This can definitely help you help other people. So the next question that you may be asking is, what's going to happen to me if I go through a 16-day training course? Because this sounds kind of heavy. And what I can say is, if you go through this course, you will experience, as far as from what I experienced, some pretty profound changes.
The way that my brain thinks changed, like the way that my brain operates shifted. So it really hit me about 12 days in. I was laying in bed, trying to fall asleep, and I was just going over everything that I had experienced so far. And whenever I thought about these old issues that I had done work on during the day in class, it's like my brain learned a new language, and I was analyzing and reading all of these past experiences and thoughts in a completely different way. And I have no idea how this is going to play out in my regular life yet, but I can only imagine that it's going to be phenomenal. And I am so grateful that I took the time and my precious resources and invested in myself and came here to California and went through this course and met these people and learned these new skills, because I know that this is something that I'm going to pass on for generations.
The language, the way that I process old events, old issues, things that I faced on a regular basis, because your own inner demons, you start thinking about them differently. You start addressing them differently, and you can see these things from brand new perspectives that from our typical way of thinking just is not very empowering. And so while, it's funny when you think about NLP and like the stuff that Tony Robbins does, if you've ever seen any of his stuff, is it looks like it's this magic bullet, and he can repair and fix any problem. The really powerful part about NLP is that you can actually feel the shifts happening within yourself. It's not like a magic bullet. It's that your brain starts processing that information differently, and the way that you experience old things changes. It's a fascinating process going through a 16-day immersion training and being able to recognize the way that you think about things and experiencing that change. So old problems that may have seemed overwhelming or impenetrable, or you just pushed them out because you didn't even want to think about them, suddenly you now have the tools to be able to bring these things into your awareness, to address them, to overcome them, to make them smaller and less of an impedance in your day-to-day life, so that you can find greater satisfaction in the things that you do day to day, greater joy. That's what I found, at least. So, and it also makes you much more powerful when things come your way, or dealing with things in the past. You feel like you have the power to overcome. You feel like you have the power to deal with the things that once stopped you, and to be able to help others do the same. My thoughts on the course is that if I had the money, if I had the means, I would send everybody that I knew, everybody that I loved, to a 16-day immersion NLP training course. There's no doubt about it, because this is a life-changing thing, and the tools that you learn, whether you want to practice this professionally or just do it for yourself, the tools that you learn, they're things that you can take with you for the rest of your life. And moving forward, like just as an example, I have 2 small children. Right now I have a son, he's 4, and my daughter, she's 2. And by going through this, I know that I'm going to be able to break the patterns that have been handed down, the unhealthy patterns that have been handed down from the previous generation and through me. I'm going to be able to break those so that for the most part, my children won't have to grow up with a lot of the unhealthy things that were ingrained in me, because now I know how to fix them. Now I know how to adjust them. And granted, I won't be a perfect parent, but I feel like my ability to give my children the best possible upbringing and to make them the most effective, powerful people that they can, I feel like has reached another level.
When you have specific issues in a family, most likely it's going to be passed down from father and mother to kids, right? I mean, we all unfortunately start seeing aspects of ourselves that we know came from our parents, even if we don't like to admit it. And so there's like patterns that show up. when you learn how to change the language of your brain and shift it towards creating a life that you want rather than being a victim of the life that you're living, it's amazing. I mean, what else is there? And you change that pattern for, if you have kids, for your kids. You break the cycle and you start a new one. And now you end up with children that are more empowered, light years ahead where they would have been if you hadn't have done it.
I would recommend this to anybody that I could. So if you're thinking about signing up for a 16-day immersion course or even a 7-day immersion course, or if you can't do that, to read a book, I recommend it. I'll leave a link down below if you want a couple recommendations of books that I would suggest as being helpful and possibly getting you interested more into NLP. But what I can say is that reading a book is nothing, absolutely nothing, like actually going to a course and putting yourself in that situation. If you are looking to work with an NLP practitioner to take your game to the next level or to move through something that has been difficult for you, shoot me an email and I would be more than happy to work with you with something that we can discuss. If you are looking to take a 16-day immersion course, I highly recommend that you find one with a teacher that you can jive with, somebody that you feel is authentic. Because if you're working with somebody who you don't feel that connection with, who feels like they may be a little more focused on the sales and not on the actual helping process, that can definitely hinder, you know, what you're going to learn and how you're going to feel about the course. I found somebody who I really appreciated as a person and as a trainer. They were absolutely phenomenal, and I look forward to going and taking a follow-up course that they offer in the future, in the very near future. So if you're at all interested in finding out who I went through for my course, shoot me an email and I can help you with that as well.
So would I recommend taking an NLP training course? 100%, not a doubt in my mind. I would go back and I would spend the money again. I would fly all the way over here. I would go through the process of leaving my family to learn these skills, I guess. That's all.
And if it's something that you want to sign up for, I can get you a discount on the entire training package as well. If you've taken any NLP training courses or you've looked into doing anything regarding NLP, leave a comment below. Let me know where you're at, what you've experienced, or what you've learned going through NLP, where it's helped you in your own life. I can only hope that NLP is something that everyone learns eventually. I truly believe that NLP should be something that is taught in schools. I don't know why it isn't yet, because this would radically transform the face of our planet if everybody knew how their own minds work and how to work with our minds in the most influential, positive way that we can. If you appreciated this video, please subscribe. I'll have more helpful reviews and videos coming to help you become the greatest version of yourself. Until then, keep going, keep growing, and elevate for life.